Hello everybody, my name is Smarty, short for Smarty Reads, and welcome back. Today I'm going to read the extras of Mallory McDonald's Baby Expert. It's called A Baby Book. Before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know when I upload a new video. Also, share this video with your friends and family so they can watch me read as well. Other than that, let's begin. A Baby Book. I wanted to surprise Marianne and Joey with something so that they would always remember what Charlie was like when he was a baby. I decided to make them a baby book. I put in lots of pictures and I decorated with cute stickers of bottles, rattles, and baby blocks. Marianne and Joey loved it, and so did Colleen and Frank. Colleen said she liked it so much that the book is staying on their coffee table in their living room. If you ask me, that's kind of cool, because it makes me the kind of photographer whose work is displayed on living room coffee tables everywhere. Okay, maybe not everywhere, but at least on one coffee table on Wishpond Road. Everyone looks at the pictures I put in the baby book. Marianne says that her favorite is the one of Joey making a funny face when he was trying to get baby Charlie to stop crying. Marianne says that even though Charlie's face is funny looking, Joey's is funnier. And then to the right there is Joey making a funny face to get Charlie to calm down. Joey says his favorite picture is the one where Marianne and Winnie look like they're about to go crazy one day when Charlie wouldn't stop crying. And then at the top there's Marianne and Winnie that have absolutely no sleep at all and look very scary. Joey says it looks like they're really scary and that if Charlie ever sees his picture, he'll have a good reason to be scared of his older sisters. Frank says his favorite picture is the one of all the Chinese food takeout containers on the kitchen counter. He says that he loves it. He loves it because he loves Chinese food and they've never had that much takeout. Colleen says they never will again. And my favorite picture is the one of me holding Charlie with Marianne and Joey. Joey and Marianne by my side, the day I first got Charlie to stop crying. And then to the left there is the Chinese takeout. I like it when everybody looks happy. Frank took the picture, but he said it was a moment that didn't need to be photographed because no one could ever forget that I got Charlie to stop crying. Frank might be right that no one needs a photo to remember what happened, but I'm glad there is one. I'm even more glad that I did something nice that made my friends happy. You know, who knows? Maybe one day when he's big enough to understand, I'll tell Charlie how I, Mallory McDonald, got him to stop crying. At the bottom, there's Mallory making Charlie not cry anymore, and then there's Marianne and Joey. Let's read Mallory's baby tips. Now that I've been spending time around Charlie, I learned a lot about what to do and what not to do around babies. Some of what I've learned would put you to sleep if you read it, but the only person who should be going to sleep here is the baby. I hope my baby tips will keep you wide awake. I also hope you'll get the chance to try them out on a baby you know. Babies are really cute, especially when they're not crying. Here are my best baby tips. Tip number 1, if it isn't bothering you, you don't bother it. Grandpa Winston taught me this tip. What he said was let sleeping dogs lie. I know we're talking about babies and not animals. I asked Grandpa Winston if he meant that if the baby is sleeping, you should let him or her keep sleeping. He said that was exactly what he meant. He said, in other words, if the baby's not bothering you, you don't bother him. He told me this advice applies to not only babies, but also older kids, animals, and most adults. Tip number 2, make some noise. If you think you read that wrong, you didn't. If you want to get a baby to go to sleep, all you have to do is make some noise. I'm not talking about loud noises like banging pots and pans together or turning your dance music to top volume. I'm talking about nice noise, like playing a lullaby or better yet, singing one yourself. Babies love soft, soothing sounds. I promise that the more noise you make, if it's the right kind of noise, the faster your baby will be in dreamland. Tip number 3, say cheese. Take lots of pictures with your baby. Babies grow and change really fast. It feels like Charlie was just born and he's already 1 month old. If you take pictures of the baby with other people, like your friends or parents or your brothers or sisters, and give them the pictures, they'll be so happy that you did. Tip number 4, be patient. Babies don't grow up overnight. It takes a while, years in fact. New babies don't do much except sleep, eat, poop, and cry. But don't worry, before you know it, your baby will be doing all kinds of other adorable things. Tip number 5, don't forget to have fun. Babies can be hard work. They keep you up when you want to sleep. At least that's what my friends tell me. And when they cry during the day, they stop you from doing things you love, like actually listening to your favorite TV show. But just try to relax and enjoy your baby while you can, because just before you know it, your baby will be big, just like you. At least that's what Colleen and Frank keep telling Marianne and Joey. If you ask me, they're probably right. That's all I, Mallory McDonald, officially know about babies. I guess the only other thing I have to say is that a new baby means a lot of change. Some of it can be hard to deal with. Because you don't know what to expect. But most of it is good and exciting. If you have a new baby in your family, I hope my tips help. If you don't, maybe you know someone who does. And if that's the case, I, Mallory McDonald, officially give you permission to pass my baby tips along. A recipe. If you want to do something really nice for one of your friends who has a new baby brother or sister, or for anyone at all, make surprise brownies for them. When Marianne and Joey and I made them, they loved them. I promise that if your friends are anything like mine, they will love them. Here's the recipe. Have fun making them, my friends and I did, and we had even more fun eating them. Surprise brownies. Ingredients: 1 box of chocolate chip cookie mix, 1 box of brownies mix, 1 bag of Oreos, cooking oil, and eggs. Now, if you have the ingredients and you want to make them, you can. If you don't, then you could just listen to me. Instructions. Make the cookie mix according to the directions on the box. When you made the dough, press it out onto a greased 8 by 8 inch square baking pan. Step number 2. Place 4 rows of 4 Oreos on top of the cookie dough. Step 3. Make the brownie mix according to the directions on the box. When you have made the batter, pour it evenly on top of the layer of Oreos. Bake it for 40 to 45 minutes at 350 degrees. Cool, refrigerate, and then cut into squares. Give them to your friends and watch their happy faces when they bite into the cookie surprise in the middle of their brownie. That's the end of that. Well, the extras. I'll see you next time when I read a new book. You can comment down below what book you want it to be, or you can guess what it's going to be. Bye, everyone.